by Julian Bales, the head of neurosurgery at West Virginia University. It showed that the results showed that Benoit's brain was so severely damaged that it resembled the brain of an 85-year-old Alzheimer's patient. He was reported that he had advanced form of dementia, similar to the brains of 4 retired NFL players who had suffered multiple concussions, sank into deep depression, and harmed themselves or others. Bales' colleagues concluded that repeated concussions can lead to dementia, which could contribute to severe behavioral problems. So he had CTA. He had CT.
Professional wrestler lifespan is like 2 times shorter than a boxer and 3 times shorter than an NFL player.
Yeah. There's no, with professional wrestling, there's no retirement plan. Unless there's no medical plan.
Roddy Piper said that. He said it like shit, 65. Come on. I ain't going to.
Guys are dropping dead, he dropped dead at 64.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are dying at 60, 50s. Young.
40s, 30s.
And they're supposed to be independent contractors. And by definition, independent contractors should be able to work anywhere they please.
Hey, on a side note, I was just reading stuff. President Trump really looked after the independent contractors with this stimulus package. You think he had professional wrestlers on the mind at the time? He was such a huge professional wrestling fan that he even had Vince McMahon's wife as his cabinet.
Okay, I'm not pass. Talking about that fucking orange bastard.
Hey,
yeah, I don't care. No, Leo, you can turn the channel.
You mean turn it off?
Whatever. Can I finish, Chris?
Hey, my day. Just call me fucking my thing. I don't want people Googling me. Call me
Furlough. You want me to call you Furlough?
Yeah. Call me Furlough.
You were retarded.
Keep talking. You shouldn't say that anymore. You should not say that. You should not say that.
Back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying before I have an aneurysm on my own show. Independent contractors should have the ability to work anywhere at any time. Not by WWE standards. They're signed to a contract, whether it be a couple of years, 5 years, etc. They, by definition, should be considered employees. WWE is a billion-dollar corporation and cannot pay their employees and their wrestlers like employees.
Let's be like this. Let's keep it real. And those who don't understand. WWE is pimp. The wrestlers are the hoes. The wrestlers got to make that money. Some of the top wrestlers get the most money. That's the top hoes. Some of these hoes make it out of the game. They make a name for themselves.
Chris, shut up.
I've been breaking it down for people.
Thank you, Chris. I do appreciate your candor and honesty. WWE is a billion-dollar corporation. They should be treating the wrestlers like employees. They're not like other professional wrestling entities, whether they're independents. The only two other companies that should be treating their wrestlers like employees is AEW and Ring of Honor because they have multi-billion-dollar ownership. Mm-hmm. Well, you can make a case for Impact Wrestling, but those places that I just named, they can work other places. WWE, you can't work anyplace else.
Well, that's bullshit. See, that's my hope. That's that pimp game. That pimp game. Because a real pimp ain't gonna let his hoes go work anywhere else. To be like, dog, you stuck with my block. I own you. And when I'm done with you, I let you go.
I want my old co-host back. I want my old co-host back. Please come back. Oh, Ghoul. Thank you. Let's get back to the story because we're running low on time.
Who is WWE's top performer right now?
Vince McMahon.
No. Top performer.
Vince McMahon. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, that's not Vince McMahon. Who they promote
the WWE.
Ain't it Roman Reigns who's the top guy?
You think he's the top guy? They're not. The brand, the actual brand, WWE. No one can be bigger than the brand.
So when you buy some stuff or product, ain't it like his name is his face on everything?
There's people's faces on stuff. Yeah, you buy a T-shirt, it might be T-shirt with Ricochet.
All the hoes. Keep going.
I want to end this show real bad right now. With this case, there is some stupid conspiracy theories that go around. And the main conspiracy theory that goes on along with this case, this tragic case, is that someone else did the murder of Nancy Daniel and Chris Benoit. And the name Kevin Sullivan keeps coming up. Let me debunk this stupid fucking conspiracy theory right here, right now. Now, if you're not sure with the name Kevin Sullivan was a professional wrestler himself and also Nancy Benoit's second husband. He was also one of the head professional wrestler and one of the head producers / bookers. Bookers are the ones that set up the matches in professional wrestling. And works how they're going to start, begin, and end along with the professional wrestlers. Kevin Sullivan was one of the bookers at that time. And he booked a story that Chris Benoit was having an affair with his wife, Nancy. His wife, Chris Benoit, and Nancy Benoit was a wrestler herself and a woman. Forgot to mention that at the beginning of the show. And he had booked a story, and pretty much he booked himself into an actual real life. She was cheating, that she did leave Kevin Sullivan for Chris Benoit. Now, the dark side of the ring fills in much of the gaps and what had happened between them. But from Nancy's sister's point of view, is that Kevin Sullivan was physically and mentally abusive towards Nancy, and Chris Benoit was there to protect Nancy and get her out of that situation. Kevin Sullivan denies this had ever happened and refused to go on the show. He's also refused to talk about this story except for maybe once or twice. The conspiracy theory that goes around is that because Kevin Sullivan had a grudge, it was really, really hated the both of them, that he kills Nancy, kills their son, and kills Chris Benoit. Kevin Sullivan is twice the age of Chris Benoit and twice the weight. If you see a picture of Kevin Sullivan 10 years ago and you see a picture of Chris Benoit, you can easily say Chris Benoit can really kick the crap out of Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, he's in the wrestling match.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit.
Yes. Yeah, that is true. The stupid conspiracy theory comes up that puts this innocent guy first, because they put this conspiracy theory because some people was like, well, he was into devil worshiping. That was his character in wrestling. You're a fucking moron if you believe that. I don't know Kevin Sullivan. He might be a wife abusing spousal piece of shit, but he's not a damn murderer. And I thank God this conspiracy theory had died, but there's still a bunch of idiots that still come up with this stupid ass conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
So it's impossible. It's highly impossible. Chris Benoit did this thing. He affected a lot of people. He almost killed the wrestling industry. He does not belong in the Hall of Fame. Please stop asking him to be put in the Hall of Fame. Please stop. He's not going in the Hall of Fame. Nancy Benoit, that's a totally different story. She belongs in the Hall of Fame.
But I don't think you can say her last name Benoit yet. Like,
well, her maiden name. She belongs in the Hall of Fame. Chris Benoit does not. This thing almost killed the wrestling industry. I'm glad it didn't, but it made some changes. No, it was like we got more. Yeah, there's large changes that were made. These no more unprotected chair shots in the head. That's done. People are more looking out, along with this, and in the NFL, looking into concussions.
One of the main moves that Chris Benoit used was the flying headbutt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a lot of the wrestlers instead of like Harley, they said like wrestling got Harley Race said, don't do this. He used it for years and it fucked his spine up. And Harley Race was like really messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Even up to the day he died, he messed up jump flying headbutts. Then the Dynamite Kid.
Right.
He used the flying headbutt as a finisher, and which put his ass in the wheelchair for like the last 30 years.
Right.
And Chris Benoit, fucking used it for years, and he killed himself, his wife, and his son. Who uses it now? Doesn't it Daniel Bryan use it?
He semi uses it every once in a while, and I wish he would stop using it. Okay, yeah, he had a concussion problem, and he had it with that. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. It's thing. I'm not brushing over the move itself. It's just we gotta keep moving, and also some things I'm on a time frame. Let's take one more break, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. You were saying, Chris?
No, I was just talking about like blue shrimp and FaceTime.
Yeah. Tiger King, for God's sakes.
Tiger King. We mentioned this like 3 times already.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about head injuries. Yeah, there's unprotected.
The Daniel Bryan
yeah.
The pattern with guys that use that fucking move and shit. So it fucks them up.
Mm-hmm. And even though there's a lot of people doing risky stuff within professional wrestling, that's how it's always been, because you're trying to get noticed by people who by people with money. You got to get noticed. You're not going to get paid doing this stuff, being cautious, unless you have a specific look that someone's looking for. Like Vince McMahon looks for big. Vince McMahon is a strange man anyway. He looks for big, muscular dude.
That's why he's saying pimp all he said. And then he's like, I could make more money if I pimp these women too.
Yeah.
Didn't they make like $300 million in revenue now?
They made more than that.
They made more than that. Okay.
Yes.
What did they pay their talent? Like all together, you rattle them all up. We probably paid them about less than $100 million. Or even if I'm just reaching for that, maybe less than $75 million, maybe less than
You know the tag, Chris. You know the tag team, the Revival.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Revival